I'm Kurt Bielefeldt. I'm currently the Director of Operations in Guardian. I came to Guardian in September 2007. I came initially as a contractor, and I was the Installation Protection Program Analyst. And I did that for a few years, and then Guardian did an initiative to insource a number of the contractors, and they insourced me as a civilian. And then when Buddy Baker, who was the Chief of Operations, left, Don asked me to be the Director of Operations. Well, I guess Guardian was born out of 9/11, so it's always had a sense of urgency to it, and I think we're one of the few PMs, JPMs, and we may be the only JPM that really has a big footprint in theater. And I think that, especially you see with our current JPM, Colonel Barraclough, I mean, he is so focused. He knows that we provide equipment over there that saves soldiers' lives. And he is very focused on that, and he's very concerned about that. And he doesn't rely on getting word third hand. He goes over there himself, talks to people, sees what needs to be done, see what the gaps are, what people need, and then he tries to come back and shape the programs so that we actually provide what soldiers need to save lives. And I think that really shapes us, because you have this sense of urgency that what we're doing really matters today to soldiers, and I think that's just great. I wouldn't want to be part of any other organization that didn't have that. I think that's what makes us so special as an acquisition organization, is that our ties to the warfighter and our support for him and her. One of the things I really like about Guardian is I think Guardian is, in many ways, such as our partnership with the Rapid Equipping Force, is pioneering ways to successfully do rapid acquisition. And I just think in the next 10 years, I've seen a picture, someone once, I saw a graph where it said the technology development, from the beginning of time to now, and then it's like this long, flat curve that all of a sudden just starts going up like this. And the next 10 years, I see technology changing even more rapidly. So the challenge is going to be how do you take advantage of that? You can't have acquisition programs that take years and years, and you start and the technology changes. So I think one of the things Guardian, the challenges for Guardian, I hope to see Guardian do, is to say, well, how do we do that? How do we get capability out there faster, given that's changing? How do we sustain it? How do we make sure that it's taken care of, that it's refreshed, refurbished, whatever needs to be done with this technology, as it just keeps changing so fast? Because you have to be able to get that new technology to the field quickly. Otherwise, if you don't do that, soldiers will simply call home and say, hey, send me this piece of equipment, and you're not being responsive to their needs. So I see that as a big challenge. And one of the things I remember seeing is that, like our enemies don't have the same restrictions on employing something. If the Taliban, for example, find a piece of equipment, they don't have to test it, they can just employ it. So we have to find ways of getting the best equipment to the field as quickly as we can. I see that as a challenge, and I think that's something Guardian's uniquely equipped to do based on our culture and our experience.